Hello, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. The title is Bridging Educator Preparation and Practice, a reflective and data-informed approach to curriculum design. We are faculty from AIA's Intern Teacher Credential Program at Reach University.
The clinical field assignment, or CIFA for short, is a summative assessment for each unit of instruction in each course taken. This is where our candidates apply theoretical knowledge in the classrooms, our practicum, if you will. It's aligned with the California TPEs and reflects the CalTPA structure, and it's really designed to support authentic application of learning in the teacher candidate's classroom. The overarching purpose of each individual clinical field assignment is multifaceted. First, it assesses a candidate's mastery of the TPEs and learning goals addressed in that particular unit. Secondly, it provides an opportunity to practice CalTPA skills, for example, planning, instruction, reflection. And it gives us a chance to provide consistent, targeted feedback from both faculty and field supervisors, and gives our candidates opportunities for deep self-reflection. The process for each CIFA includes 4 key elements. First, there's planning. Candidates identify class and student assets and needs. They identify a problem of practice. They create an inquiry question and learn about a strategy, routine, or lesson development that could target their inquiry question. Then there's implementation. This is their practical opportunity to see how theory translates into practice. They try it out in their classroom and gather data. Next is the reflection piece. There's peer reflection, there's discussion, there's self-evaluation. And this also is where they evaluate the effectiveness of a lesson based on student engagement and learning outcomes. From that reflection, they identify next steps, which is the last piece in this inquiry cycle. And that's based on what they learn from the entire process. Each step of the CIFA process is interactive and collaborative. Candidates receive feedback from faculty at each stage of the process, utilizing CIFA rubrics aligned to the TPEs. It serves as a bridge between coursework, classroom practice, and reflective growth, all of which will support candidates' success with the CalTPA and throughout their teaching career.
Now, with this, one of our problems of practice was how to update and enhance our course curriculum and CIFAs. So our target focus was strengthening alignment between teaching practice and CalTPA requirements. In order to improve and update our CIFAs, we made sure that that we were systematic and data-driven and guided by continuous reflection and feedback. Key steps in improving this cycle of improvement for our CIFAs and improving teaching practice is reviewing our candidate survey data, developing CIFA rubrics to align with specific CalTPA elements, some consistent and simplified CIFA templates that our candidates could use that was modeled after the CalTPA structure, and implementing an end of semester student survey to engage in faculty reflection, make improvements based on findings, and then repeating the process.
And so we wanted to really understand the impact that that cycle of improvement had on student responses to these surveys. And so we took a look at 3 different years of cohorts. So we had cohort A, which was 22 to 23, cohort B, 23 to 24, and then cohort C, which was the most recent year, 24 to 25. And in figure 1, we are looking at candidates who reported that the CIFA supported their improvements in overall teaching practice. And what the data showed is a 15.04% increase between cohort A and cohort B responses in candidates who said they strongly agree that the CIFA supported their overall teaching practice. And there was about a 7.52% average increase each year. In figure 2, we looked at qualitative data and we looked at responses about what candidates believe to be the most significant moment of learning. And what we found is that course content had the largest percentage of instances reported across all cohorts. And this was about 55.48%. We also showed about a 10% increase in the instances that the CIFA was reported from cohort A to cohort C. And we saw about a 16% increase in instances where candidates reported multiple different aspects of the program as having a significant moment in their learning. And the reason these findings are important is that they suggest improvements made to the course design and the curriculum along with the CIFA each year through this data-driven approach really made a positive impact across various aspects of candidate learning. In figure 3, the survey data also showed that there was a 16.59% increase between candidates who strongly agreed that the course curriculum prepared them for CalTPA completion from year 1, so cohort A and cohort C. We also looked at that data and really wanted to understand, well, what were the pass rates of these cohorts and these candidates? And what we found is that cohort C pass rates for cycle 2 surpassed that of the overall state pass rates by 6%. And the gains that were made each year for cycle 1 and cycle 2 between the cohorts also surpassed that of the overall states. And this is again really important to consider in the current time because it supports the broader aim of addressing the teacher shortage. And if candidates are able to pass the CalTPA on their first attempt, it means they can get out into the field sooner. Furthermore, the financial benefits of not having to re-enroll in a program or re-register for the CalTPA and start working sooner will also break the barriers for traditionally underrepresented teachers in the field. And so overall, what this study is showing is that improvements made to the CIFA and course content curriculum really highlight that when there's intentionality in mirroring CalTPA requirements and addressing the everyday realities of being an educator through actionable teaching methods, improvements in teacher candidate performance and preparedness can be expected. And considerations of these practices is particularly important in a candidate's first year in the program. Findings from the qualitative data really highlighted that candidates in their first year found that the CIFA was especially impactful for their CalTPA preparedness, which really suggests that teacher ed programs should pay attention to what supports are embedded early in a teacher candidate's program. So overall findings from this practice support not only teacher candidate growth, but also the overarching goal of educator preparation, which is preparing a diverse and well-equipped teacher preparation program and population who will engage in a reflective data-driven practice that supports the learning and growth of students in their classrooms. We hope to see you at our poster session, and thank you for listening.